let's begin with our today's lecture, and today's lecture topic is elementary discussion on circuit protective device. This is our discussion on the topic of this protective device which is in a form of a circuit which we use in our household appliances. And the first protective device which help us in our household appliances is fuse. Okay, let's move. What is fuse? First we will know what is fuse, but before fuse we have to see how it looks. So these are the types or the variation of fuses. Now let's move on to a definition. Definition: a short piece of a metal. What is fuse? Fuse is a short piece of a metal inserted in the circuit, which will be inserted in a household circuits, which melts when excessive current flows through it and thus break the circuit. Okay, basically fuse definition is that it is a short piece of a metal which are inserted in the circuit of a household. When the current flows and its temperature increases, and it increases beyond the expected or the maximum level, then it starts melting and it breaks the connection between the appliances and the circuit, so that there will not be any catching of fire or any short circuit. Okay, next let's watch a video what basically does our fuses helps. Okay, we can see in the video that the current is flowing from the circuit to the appliances. As the fuse gets heated up and it reaches its maximum level, the circuit breaks or melts, and there will be breakage between the appliances and the household circuit. As we move forward, we see that the fuse gets melts and breaks, so we need to change with a new fuse, which will now be changed with a new one, which we can see in the video. And this is the end of the video. Now we will know about the advantages of the fuses. See, the first point is cheapest form of protection available. Basically, it says that fuse is not so expensive. Okay, and it is the best form of protection as it is cheap or costing is low. Second point, requires no maintenance. It means that we do not have to maintain the fuse or do any regular changes. Okay, a third is operation is inherently automatic. Whatever the fuse is doing, it is doing automatically. How automatically? We can see that whenever the current flows and the temperature got increases at the appropriate or the maximum level of the temperature, it breaks out, right? It melts. So it does everything automatically. We don't have to do anything manually. Okay, a fourth point is can break heavy short circuit current without noise or smoke. As we know, fuse help us for short circuits, right? But we cannot hear this noise or we can't see any smoke. Our fifth point is smaller sizes of fuse element imposes a current limiting effect under short circuit conditions. As it is conditions for the short circuit is that the current will flow, and when the current flows and the temperature is high, it will starts melting. So it will have a current limiting effect when the size of the fuse element is small. Okay, the sixth point is inverse time current characteristic of fuse make it suitable for overcurrent protection. See, overcurrent protection means excess of current protection. Okay, so it will make it suitable when it will be having the characteristic that is the inverse time current. The seventh point is minimum time of operation can be made much shorter than with the circuit breaker. This point we will get the clarity when we do the miniature circuit breaker. Minimum time of operation can be made much shorter than with the circuit breaker. Means the time of operation will be minimum and will be much shorter than with the circuit breaker. Okay. Now we will see the disadvantages. Considerable time is lost in rewiring or replacing a fuse after operation. See, I told in the video that as the fuse melts, we can't use the same fuse, right? So we have to replace it manually. So it takes a time. It takes a certain period of time and need rewiring. So it takes a lot of time, right? After the operation will have been inherently done. So that is the first point. It states that the time it takes is very long or a time period which is used or being lost due to this process. Okay. The second point, on heavy short circuits, discrimination between fuses in series cannot be obtained unless there is sufficient difference in the sizes of the fuses concerned. See, heavy short circuit, whenever we have heavy short circuit, there will be a discrimination between fuses in series which cannot be obtained unless there is sufficient difference in the sizes. We know that in series connection all are in a line, so if there will be same size of fuses, then it will be considerably tough for us will be very tough for us to discriminate between the fuses. So it will be better in the heavy short circuits if the fuses would be of different sizes. So this is one of the disadvantages. Okay. The third disadvantage is current time characteristic of a fuse cannot always be correlated with that of the protected apparatus. See, whenever there will be a current time characteristic, then the fuse cannot be correlated with the apparatus which are used for the protection. Now we will see some particular functions, operation, breaking capacity, operating time and replacement with respect to our protective first topic, that is fuse. What is the function of the fuse? It performs both detection and interruption functions. Basically, what does fuse do? It detects the temperature. As the temperature gets unexpectedly high, then it melts. It starts melting, and it do its own interrupted automatic functions. Okay. How the operation of the fuse, or what is the operation of the fuse? We have read this statement in the advantages, right? It is then inherently completely automatic. It does its work all in the automatic form. What is the breaking capacity? Breaking capacity means at what point of time it starts melting. So it is a very short period of time. It is small, right? Operating time, it's very small. It is 0.002 seconds or so. Means it is negligible. Operating time it is. Okay. Replacement. It requires replacement after every operation. I told us, as we saw in the video, that as the fuse melts, we can't use the same fuse. So it requires replacement after every operation. Means in every short circuits, we have to replace it with a new fuse. Now we will see some characteristic of fuse element. First point, it has that fuse element will have very low melting point. Second point is it has very high conductivity. we know what is conductivity basically, how the fuse element will react, right? The third point is free from deterioration due to oxidation. It will have a less deterioration due to oxidation. Whenever it will be oxide, but it will be free from deterioration. We know that it is low cost. Now let's move on to the last part, that is the fuse element materials. Commonly, we use materials like lead, tin, zinc, copper and silver. Whenever it is small current, we use tin or an alloy of lead and tin. The lead percentage will be 37% and the tin percentage will be 63%. Whenever it will be larger current, we will use copper or silver is employed. Okay. Zinc is a good if a fuse with considerable time lag is required. Whenever we have a time lag or we require time lag, that time only zinc is good. To use silver, despite of its high cost, then it will be due to comparatively free from oxidation. We read this is as a characteristic of fuse element that it is free of deterioration during the oxidation. So silver will be the material when it will have comparatively free from oxidation, does not deteriorate when used in dry air. It will not get any changes in its material when it will be in dry air. Third point is coefficient of expansion of silver is so small that no critical fatigue occurs. Expansion of silver is so small that there will be no critical fatigue occurs. We know that conductivity is high. Due to comparatively low specific heat, silver fusible elements can be raised from normal temperature to vaporization quicker than other elements. Because silver has a comparatively low specific heat, so the fusible elements can be raised. It can be raised from the temperature which is at the normal state to a vaporization quicker part than other respective materials or elements. Vaporizes at temperature much lower than the one at which its vapor will radially ionize. It will vapor in the temperature when it will be much lower than 1, meaning when it will be lower than the one which vaporizes when it is radially ionizes. Okay, so we come to the end of the fuse topic of the lecture. Basically this question will be asked as a give description of fuse or a protective materials. So that's all for today and thank you.
Now it's the code time. Time is money and money is life. I hope all of you understood today's lecture and thank you for watching.
Wow, that's impressive! You have completed a magic today. For more videos, subscribe. Join our Facebook group and Instagram page for group discussion and live magazine videos for exam preparation in an hour. We start at Classfly community for students to learn from a friend in a simple way and support them in their own languages. If you are willing to be that one friend who saves us at the exam night preparation, then please join us by visiting classfly.in.